across. I want the ball. I want to march down the field, not pass a single time, and march down the field and score. Maybe Wirt County thought the same thing that we were thinking and said, we want to get on the board first and try to let them know, hey, we're here and we came to play. But at the same time, Chance, we talked about this last week with Jonathan, the defensive side of the ball is probably the stronger side of the ball for the Seabees.
Yes, I agree with you. The Seabees have been good all year long defensive-wise. The other thing the coach of Wirt may have been thinking is, if you look at the history of Clay Battelle, we have a history of taking the ball in the first half. We do not defer. And he may have just wanted to switch things up and, take advantage of that and have us kick the ball away to them.
Kickoff is sponsored by Vision Homes, and they have been building custom homes in the area families for over 30 years. Ask visionhomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home. Back deep to receive for the Wirt County Tigers is Brody Goodwin and Andrew Limley. Limley is kind of that slot receiver that takes the top off the defense. Super fast. Probably want to kick it away from him if you can. The ball is lined up normally on the tee this time at the middle of the field in the 40-yard line, as we're about 15 seconds away to kick this one off. Pre-game weather conditions that I'll get to here in a second are sponsored by Advanced Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, keeping your homes cozy year-round. Morgantown's residential HVAC plumbing leader for over 20 years. Online at advancedheatingandcooling.info. It's a brisk, cool fall night, 50 degrees, only going to get colder. Might be 41 by the time we end this thing here tonight. Whistles blow. Potteroff lifts his hand in the air, and he boots it, and we are underway here in the quarterfinals. It goes to Limley at the 15-yard line, works towards the middle of the field, gets to the 25, and is wrapped by a whole host of Seabees. They will mark him down at the 26, and that is where Wirt County will take over, first down and 10 for the first possession. All right, Chance. Heavy dose of run or heavy dose of pass to start out here for the Wirt County Tigers?
I think they'll start out on the ground, at least on first down, but I do expect to see some more passing coming after that. 4
wide receivers lined up at a pistol, 2 on each side. Tyler Smith with Adrian Hartford behind him. They send the slot receiver in motion. That is Limley. Limley carries it for a couple of yards. He gets tackled just short of the 30-yard line at the 29. They're actually going to mark him at the 30. That'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down and 6.
That is a different look from Wirt County, though. On film, I did not ever see that end around when I was watching, so already a new wrinkle to the offense.
Sprint no huddle here from the Wirt County Tigers. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford not going anywhere this time, and it is third down after a gain of 2. It is third down and manageable. Chance, I think I just saw a bald eagle fly across the field.
There is one up there, Ethan. That
War Eagle. Third down here and 6. Ball is at the 32. The line to gain is the 36. They try to throw a bubble screen pass, and it's tipped at the line of scrimmage by Cooper Payton, and it's going to be fourth down for the Tigers. Looks like they're sending substitutions out like they're going to punt. The perfect start on defense for the Seabees.
Yeah, you really set the scene there for the Seabees, getting a stop on defense. Now it's interesting to see how the offense is going to look.
There's nobody back to cover the wingman over to the left here. They're going to do a spread punt formation with 2 guys back deep to receive for the Seabees. It's Tyler Smith, the punter, a booming arching kick, but you just got to get away from it here as it bounces at about the 42, then takes a Wirt County bounce, and that is where they will down it at about the 43-yard line of the Seabees. Clay Battelle working from our right to left on your radio dial with their all-gray tops and pants, silver helmets, like I say, dark gray tops with white numerals, and dark gray pants with a white stripe down the leg. Wirt County sporting a nice, clean white helmet with a orange paw print sticker, white jerseys with black numerals, and black pants with an orange and white stripe down the leg. Corey Cohen set to take the snap in a shotgun formation. They jump, and you'll move the ball 5 yards. That was Braden Whitkey who jumped off sides, and it'll be first down and 5 at about midfield here. It'll be at the 49 of Clay Battelle. Chance, I always like taking a shot on 1st and 5. What do you think?
You know me, I'm a 3-yard in a cloud of dust. 1st and 5, 1st and 10, it don't matter to me. I want to run the ball. For those who are listening, who may not have been listening all season, Corey Cohen has an excellent cadence. He has gotten people to jump off sides numerous times throughout the season, something to keep an eye on.
Little bit of a new formation here. Running back on each side, tight end to the left, wide receiver on each side. They hand it off to Hall. Hall's into the open field. He's got very close to a first down. Tackled by just one more man to beat. I believe that was Limley, who came down all the way from the free safety position, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about half a yard. The ball is being placed at about the 47.5-yard line. The line to gain is the 46. 2nd down and 1. 10:30 left to go here in your first quarter. Wirt County went 3 and out and punted on their first possession, and Clay Battelle looks to get on the board for their first possession.
Being 2nd and inches, if you want to take a shot, Ethan, this may be where you take it.
They line up in tight end on each side, Twins receivers to the left. They are going to take a shot here. No, they're just going to throw it down and just out of the hands of the reach of Trey Huggins, the wide receiver, former 100 quarterback there. He did have to go to his knees to try and get that catch. It was maybe a little bit of a hard stretch there, but I think Trey Huggins would have told you he's got to have that ball.
Yeah. Trey will tell you he should have had that one.
3rd down here and inches. Unbalanced to the right side this time. Potzeroff lined up as a tight end. The lone receiver is Trey Huggins to the right. Hard count, they jump again. The biggest gain here has been the Wirt County defense, as you move the chains from the 47.5 or 46.5 over to the 41. And it'll be 1st down for the CBs. They're working on the right hash here, or left hash actually, so I would expect to see that unbalanced formation again, as you can put it on that strong side of the offensive line and have the wide side of the field.
Yeah, you looked at that. When you watch Wirt on film, they're a very aggressive defense. Not surprising to see Corey here be able to get a couple offsides penalties on him.
Straight up here with Twins receivers to the right, a tight end on each side. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass got some room to run, and he's across the 40 down to the 39. Decent gain of about 3 yards. There's your 3 yards in a cloud of dust, Chance, if you like it. And it will bring up 2nd down and 7. The line to gain is the 31. We're at the 38.
Just so you know, though, mathematically, Ethan, 3 yards and 4 downs, 12 yards. You only need 10.
That requires going for it on 4th down, which gives me anxiety. 9:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Still nothing, but the CBs are in opponent territory. Running back on each side here. Receiver on each side, tight end to the right. Hall, the running back on the left. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets very close to the original line of scrimmage, but bounces off one of his linemen, and a good tackle there by Wirt County, as they only get a gain of 1, the CBs do, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
It's a matchup to watch kind of over there is, who is it? It's Huggy Bear versus, was it 66 of Wirt, the big guy they have on the line. There was a Braden Whipke. I mean, on film, nobody's moved Whipke backwards. He's a wall, so interesting to see that we ran that way.
As you said in the pregame show, Chance, if you take a car and you hit a pole, what's it going to do? You go around the pole. 3rd down and 6 here. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass waiting for his blocks to develop. He's wrapped up by Whipke and pushed backwards. Well, the pole moved that time, and he moved quickly, and it brings up 4th down here and about 7 after the loss of 1, and I think the CBs are going to punt.
It does look like they're making the substitutions. I mean, the way your defense played early, you just want to pin them deep, make them drive the length of the field.
Looks like Brody Goodwin, the other wide receiver, is back deep to return the punt for Wirt County. Cooper Statler likes to warm up in this position, so let's see if he can pin him. He looks like he's going to fake it here. He's going to try and throw it. He gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. No flags, and the CBs turnover on downs there. I understand that they were looking for a flag, but I think that was a good call on that one.
It was a good no call. I agree. There was definitely contact, but on the normal calls,
Very dangerous, though, from Cooper Statler. It was honestly pretty impressive that he was able to throw that as good as he did while getting hit from behind. First down and 10 here at Wirt County's own 38 on the right hash. Lined up in a pistol, 2 receivers on each side. They fake a handoff to Limley in the slot, hand it off to their tailback, Morgan. Morgan gets a decent gain on the play across the 40 to the 42, and it'll bring up second down and about 6.
You're going to need your defense to step up. You had faith in them. You can tell that by the way they went for it on fourth down with the fake punt. Now you just need your defense to step up and hold them.
Looks like Tyler Smith's going to go back to throw, and it's a good catch there by number 9, Easton Wire, the tight end, lined up out wide at wide receiver. He catches it on a comeback route and immediately goes out of bounds there. And it'll be a first down for Wirt County at their own 49-yard line. You talked about this in the pregame show, Chance, that we put out on YouTube. You said these big guys, number 8 and number 9, they like to just catch it and then try to go out of bounds. They hand it off here to Morgan. Morgan gets maybe a yard and a half there as he gets across midfield to about the 49.5 of Clay Battelle, and that's where it will be at second down and about 8. 6:30 left to go in the opening quarter. Still nothing. Each team has had a possession. Wirt County on their second possession here. Trips receivers to the left, one to the right. Smith claps his hands together, looking to his right. Strong side of the field. He throws it, and it is caught by, I believe that was Jacob Moore, right at the first down sticks. They're going to mark him short, though, a yard short. And it'll be third down here and 1 at 6:10 left to go in the opening quarter. They're doing those comeback routes a lot, Chance.
They're doing that. They're kind of your possession receivers. They do go out of bounds, but they keep the chains moving normally. It's one of them, see how the CBs adjust to that.
Trips receivers to the right this time. They hand it off to Morgan. Morgan, I think he did get the first down. They're going to mark him at the 40. That will be enough to move the chains. Didn't get much, but he just got enough there. It'll be a first down and 10 at the Clay Battelle 40-yard line. We talk about this a lot, about how defensive adjustments mature throughout this CB's defense in the course of the game, and they do really, really well. So let's see what kind of adjustments they've made after the first possession. Bunch formation of trips to the left. They toss it over to Morgan. Morgan might have gotten a loss on that play. He does go back to the 40, down to the 41. That was the Sandman, Colt Sandy, on the tackle for loss there, and it'll bring up second down and 11 on the 41 of the right hash here. I look to see that fade ball come in here. Although, it looks like Limley is not in the game. Trips 3 receivers, 2 to the left. Pressure coming, and he throws it. There's not an intended receiver in the area. That's got to be intentional grounding, is it not? I guess he's outside the pocket, and they said that the tight end was at least enough in the area, and it'll bring up third down and 11 there. Chance, do you feel like that was intentional grounding?
The receiver was running away from it. I mean, it's outside the pocket's probably what got him not to get the call there.
All right, trips receivers to the left, single receiver to the right, pistol formation. Smith claps his hands, looks to his right. Pressure coming, throws it, and it's picked off! It's picked off by Trey Huggins. Trey Huggins puts the ball at the 43, and the first turnover of the night goes the CB's way, and they will take over first down and 10 at their own 43-yard line. And Chance, I said it, whoever wins the turnover battle could have a decent shot at winning this game. They've done those comeback routes a lot. Trey Huggins, the former quarterback, read it like a book, an easy pick.
Yes, he read that early. I told you how they adjust. It was a sideline pattern like they've been doing, and Huggins this time just jumped in front of it.
First down and 10 for the CBs, receiver on each side. It looks like a tight end on each side. No, one tight end to the right, running back on each side. They hand it off to Hall. Hall tries to bounce to the outside there. The D tackle, number 2, that is Peyton Dye. He's normally an inside linebacker, but he's lined up at the D tackle position. He just blew right by J.J. Doshin and was able to make a shoestring tackle on Caleb Hall and tackle him for a loss on that play at second down and 11.
Yeah, at some point in time here, I do like the point we tried running outside, but that was read well by the middle linebacker. But I do think there is space out there. We may want to go more to a pitch play than the handoff to kind of speed up getting to the edge.
He's lined up right on the center. Cohen takes it himself, gets tackled right at the shoelaces. It does get a gain of about 2 yards, but it'll bring up third down here and 9. I thought the Seabees would be able to run the ball on this Wirt County team throughout the game. I guess we'll see how it develops over the course of the game. You can't abandon it, obviously, but Wirt County's defending the run very well.
Both teams right now are struggling to run the ball, and it may be the team that figures out how to maybe do just enough in the passing attack to open that run game up that's able to march down the field and get one of the first scores of the game here. Third
down and 9, probably a passing situation here. Twins receivers to the left. Cohen rolls to the left here, looking for a man. He's going deep down the field. He's got Clovis if he can get him. That's got to be pass interference. Thank you very much. We'll take that 15 yards, and it will be a first down for the Seabees. Chance, I have a feeling that the coach basically told Tyler Smith, if you get beat deep, it's fine. Just take the penalty, take it 15 yards. We don't need to get beat over the top and get a touchdown.
It is. It's one of them in high school football. It's going to be 15 yards. It's not going to be the spot of the foul. You're going to give up the first down, but you live to see another down.
And with the way that these teams are running the ball, 15 yards ain't bad.
No. You will take that. At this point in time, our best offensive play have been the Zebras. We've gotten a couple offsides. We've gotten a 15-yard penalty, and hopefully that's just enough to where maybe we get these early playoff game butterflies out and we start to operate just a little bit more smoothly.
Unbalanced formation here with 3 linemen to the right, single receiver to the right. Caleb Hall is the running back to Corey Cohen's right as well. Pitch play to him. They're trying to run it to the outside. He cuts back up inside, tackled by a whole host of Wirt County defenders. However, it's a pretty decent gain there, gain of about 4, I want to say, and it'll be second down and 6. So, Chance, now they're trying to wind that to the outside. Get your speedy running back of Caleb Hall into open space. We've said this before. If you get into the second level and into this secondary, these Wirt County defenders don't really tackle well on the outside.
Just a little bit smaller. You got a couple freshmen out there, and the body matures as you go through high school, and they're just not of the same caliber at this time.
Cohen rolling to his left here on second down and 6, throws it way over the receiver's head. The intended receiver was Cody Clovis, and it'll fall incomplete, and it'll be third down and 6. I think Chance Cohen saw nobody open, and he said, I'm just going to throw it 6 feet over Cody Clovis's head, live to fight another down.
Yep, and that's all right. Now you're looking at 3rd and 6. We know we like to go for it on 4th down, so this is still a possibility of a run, especially where we're sitting right now at the 37-yard line.
All right, it'll be third down and 6 here. Caleb Hall on Corey Cohen's left. Twins receivers to the left. Cohen going to keep it himself. It gets a good block from Hall, and he'll get into the 25-yard line, and the best run play all night goes by the way of Corey Cohen on the quarterback keeper. You usually don't see him do that on the, balanced formation, I guess you could say. But I got to also tell you, that was a great pancake block there by Caleb Hall.
Yes, it opened up the whole form. It got it. A lot of times on defense, you can account for everybody, but you can't account for the quarterback. That's what makes them so lethal sometimes on offense.
Tight end on each side. Twins receivers to the right here. Hall on Corey Cohen's right. They keep it. They're going to run it to the right side this time. Corey gets inside the 20 and is tripped up from behind. It'll be caught at about the 17-yard line. Line to gain is the 16, a 9-yard gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and 1. 150 and a rolling clock here coming down on a 0-0 game. Both teams have traded blows on the defensive side. Corey Cohen and this CB's running game, though, getting a little bit of momentum here as they're starting to wear down this Wirt County defense. And this is exactly what you want when you're in the red zone. Unbalanced formation, heavy to the right. Hall on Corey Cohen's right. They're going to drop back to pass here, looking for the intended receiver, and it's outside the stretch of Braden Ponceroff. It'll bring up third down and 1. I don't hate that play, Chance, trying to take a shot towards the end zone when you've been running the ball pretty well, and if you don't get it on this third down, you could certainly go for it on fourth down.
I agree with that. We did see Jules, though, practicing field goals earlier.
Oh, man, was he doing good.
And he was actually hitting them from a distance, so.
He was hitting them pretty good from the 20-yard line for sure. But that was at the middle of the field. This ball's placed on the right hash mark. Unbalanced with 3 linemen to the right side. Ponsroff and Cooper Payton, the tight ends behind him. Snodgrass, the running back. Cohen takes the snap, runs to his right, looks for a hole. He's got one, breaks a couple tackles, and he punches forward to the end zone. Touchdown, Clay Battelle. 6-0 CBs with 1:17 left to go in the first quarter. And Chance, we needed more cowbell. We got more cowbell. And let me tell you, a lot of people on the Wirt County defensive side got their bell rung on that run by Corey Cohen.
They did. We mentioned that some of these secondary were a little bit smaller, and Corey loves to look for somebody out to run over. And that safety there, number 3, just lined himself up to be hit and fell right back into the end zone.
Corey Cohen runs like Bobby Boucher in the whatever bowl he was in Waterboy. Twins receivers to the left here, pistol formation with Cooper Payton on Corey Cohen's left. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass not going to get to the end zone, tackled by Whipkey at about the 5. 2-point conversion, no good, and it's 6-0 CBs. We'll take a break for 30 seconds and come back with 1:17 left to go in the first quarter. Clay Battelle leads by a score of 6-0. You are listening to CB's football here on WAJR.
At First United Bank and Trust, 125 years ago, we started as a small, trusted place for neighbors to build their futures. Today, that spirit is still at the heart of everything we do. Through generations and through change, our purpose has stayed the same. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a customer, you're part of the story. Thank you for being part of our legacy and letting us be part of your future. Visit mybank.com/125 and see how 125 years of trust built the future we're creating today. Member of FDIC.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Kickoff is away, a low rolling kick. It goes right to Limley at the 15. He stutter steps and works his way to the outside. Got a couple of man missed, but it doesn't matter because the CBs wrap him up at about the 27-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Wirt County Tigers' 3rd possession of the night. Greatness is built with chocolate milk, the official beverage of the WVSSAC. The American Dairy Association's Mideast reminds you that low-fat chocolate milk has the right mix of fluids, carbs, and protein to rehydrate and refuel muscles. Visit drink-milk.com. So, 1st down and 10 here for the Wirt County Tigers. Tyler Smith claps his hands together. They run it to the fullback, Adrian Hartford. Hartford pushes his way forward as he's got about a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, Hartford's a tough runner coming up that middle there. Normally plays fullback. You've got 30 playing the tailback position, but they've got him lining up beside Smith, and nice head of steam there, nice 5-yard run for him.
Twins receivers to the right, one to the left, pistol formation and a tight end on the right side. They hand it off to Limley again. Limley bounces to the outside there, and he gets across the sticks for a 1st down. Certainly don't want to get their run game going because then they become very hard to stop here. They move the chains for a 1st down, and it'll be at the 42-yard line of Wirt County. Limley's shoelace is untied.
That's Hartford.
Hartford. Hartford was also on the carry the last time. 1st down and 10 here. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to drop back to pass here. Smith looking on the comeback route, and he's got him. And Cody Clovis gets him for a minimal gain there, gain of about 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 at about the 46-yard line. The line to gain is the 48 of Clay Battelle across midfield. This could be the final play of the first quarter here. Let's see how quickly they work. I don't know if they're going to get it off in time here. Maybe they will. 5 seconds on the play clock. They motion a slot receiver. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford gets across midfield and is close to the first down sticks. He gets to the first down sticks, and that will be the final play of this first quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. That is the end of the first quarter with your score, Clay Battelle 6, Wirt County nothing, and you are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
If you're looking for a brand new home that you can personalize to your family's needs but don't want to wait to build from the ground up, ask Vision Homes. Vision Homes currently has 3 beautiful new homes under construction and available for sale in Suncrest, Heat Lake, and off the Grafton Road. And the best part, you still have time to personalize them to your tastes. Visit AskVisionHomes.com to find out how you can have a house you're proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
IHOP, the International House of Pancakes, the place where no matter what you order, one ingredient is always constant, a smile. Stop by your local IHOP on Oakland Street and Venture Drive in Morgantown or Jerry Dove Drive in Bridgeport for IHOP's new $6 House Faves. 4 fan-favorite breakfast combos for just $6. Choose between the world-famous buttermilk pancakes and fluffy French toast to pair with eggs and bacon or sausage, or go with the house scramble or a ham and cheese omelet. $6 House Faves at IHOP. Priced just right to add some flavor to your day or night.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Start of the second quarter we go. Winner faces Cameron in the semifinals. And you can get help with your college tuition from the West Virginia Army and National Guard. For more information, go to nationalguard.com. First down and 10 here for the Wirt County Tigers. Trips receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Pistol formation. Tyler Smith claps his hands together. They throw a bubble screen to Limley. Limley gets a block from the outside. Now cuts back inside at the numbers, and he's tackled by a whole host of CBs. You got to blow the whistle here. They do, and it'll be second down here in about 3 or 4 after the gain. I'm going to say about 6.
And you're starting to see, you can tell Wirt County's game plan is just quick passing to the outside, almost using it like a running attack, 5-6 yards. Not looking for the big play yet, but if you keep that up, sooner or later, it opens up the deep pass.
Tight end on the right, 2 receivers to the right. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford gets a minimal gain, but he still pushes forward. He is a very hard runner. They're going to mark him just shy, maybe?
I think he's just shy. I think he's going to be about a half yard short, so we'll have a third down. Short. Yep.
So third down here with 11 minutes left to go in the first half. 2 receivers lined up to the right, 1 to the left. Same pistol formation here. And they hand it off to Hartford. Hartford muscles his way forward, keeps going, and he is inside the 35, down to the 31. And the CB's been good against the run all year, except maybe Oak Glen chance, and Wirt County giving them a good run for it.
Yeah, I do believe sooner or later you may see the adjustment of moving Statler back to middle linebacker if this keeps up.
All right, 2 receivers on each side here. Smith going to drop back to pass, looking for a man deep. It's 1-on-1, and he's out of bounds. And that'll be an incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10 from the 31. The line to gain is the 21.
Good defense, good throw. He did complete it as far as to the receiver, just out of bounds where he caught it at. But that just goes to show you how pinpoint Smith is, though, with his accuracy. Like, he only put it where his receiver could come down with it.
Same formation here. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford, a little bit of miscommunication on the exchange. He does a good job, really, to just hang on to the ball despite the loss here, and it'll be third down and 10. Actually, a gain of nothing. That's a very favorable spot considering what they were in trouble with.
Yeah, I can tell you this. I think Smith seen, I believe it was Cooper Payton coming around the end, or Colt Sandy coming around, and he didn't want it. So he said, here, you take it.
Third down and 10 here. Timeout being called, and we'll take it with them. Timeout by Wirt County. They have their first timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the score, Clay Battelle 6, Wirt County nothing. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning, total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WHAR.
Field Turf is the trusted source for athletic fields in West Virginia. Field Turf is a proud partner of the WVSSAC. And we have some beautiful field turf here in Blacksville, don't we, Chance?
We do have some beautiful field turf here. I agree with you, Ethan. It's nice to see. You know I love the grass.
Yes.
It is nice-looking field turf.
All right, trips receivers to the left here on a crucial 3rd down and 10. Single receiver to the right. Pistol formation. It's Hartford, the quarterback, and we jump off sides, and that's going to make 3rd down a lot more manageable here. Not a good play there by the CBs. They've been disciplined about that all year, and you don't really need to jump like you do.
No, but I agree with you. That was 3rd and 10. It wasn't like it was a 3rd and short where you feel like you got to get off the ball quickly. Make them make the play. Now you put it in a 50-50 shot now by giving them that extra 5 yards.
Limley is the slot receiver to the left. 2 receivers on each side. Hartford, the running back. They send Limley in motion from left to right. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford met by Cooper Statler. They're going to blow the whistle down for about a gain of a yard there. 4th down and about 3. I got to imagine Wirt is going to go for it. You have to go for it, obviously.
I believe that may have been Caleb Bragg that came up from the safety position along with Cooper Statler. They just absolutely stopped Hartford at the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers on each side here. Smith claps his hands together, drops back to pass, pressure coming, throws it, and it's caught from the intended receiver there. He steps out of bounds inside the 15 to the 12. That was Jacob Moore. He may not move very quickly, but he's got good, sure hands, and they really attack these outside throws very well.
He did go out of bounds at the 12, they said.
Yes. So, 1st down and 10 here. Trips receivers to the right this time. Wirt County driving in the red zone. Smith claps his hands together, rolls to the right, looking towards the end zone. It's picked off! It's picked off by Cody Clovis. He's got the speed to go all the way. He gets across the 10, over to the 15, breaks a couple tackles, and goes out of bounds at the 25. We've seen Cody Clovis read it like a buck in the end zone, dropping back into zone coverage there. Nobody saw him, but Cody Clovis read it all the way, and just like that, Wirt County comes up scoreless on their best drive of the game so far, and it's almost like a touchback. Clay Battelle takes over at their own 25-yard line. Chance.
It was Smith misjudged the speed of Clovis there. He did have an open receiver. It's just Clovis's closing speed. He closed right in there, was able to get in front of it for the interception.
Unbalanced to the right. Cohen keeps it himself, runs across and cuts back to the numbers here, and he's tackled across the 30 down to the 34. The line to gain is the 35. 9 yards sounds pretty good to me, Chance.
When you can start matriculating the ball down the field at 9 yards a carry, it's going to be, it'll take the clock away. You'll go down, you'll get the score easy. You know, it's one of them, like I said, they're having a hard time accounting for the quarterback, which sometimes defenses do.
Same formation here, unbalanced to the right. Tight ends are Cooper Payton lined up in between Mercer and Gump. Ponceroff between Statler and Gump. They hand it off to Snodgrass this time. Snodgrass wrapped for no gain there, tackled by, I believe that was Jacob Moore on the tackle there. I'll tell you what, number 2, Peyton Dye, is getting really good penetration and getting into the backfield on every single play.
He's one of those, wasn't showing up near as much on film as 8, 9, and 54 that we talked about, but he's definitely showing up this game for him. And I also got to give Whipke 66. He has shown a lot more athleticism than I felt I seen on film earlier this week.
Same formation here on 3rd down and 1. Cohen takes the snap, keeps it himself. He's going to go and gets across the line to gain, but there's going to be a hold on Cooper Payton. He wrapped the jersey of 54. Unfortunately, that is a good call there. And they're going to move it back to a very not manageable 3rd down here and 11. Mercer's clapping his hands together like it's going to be on the defense.
They it towards Wirt. We got a face mask, maybe.
Holding.
Wow. Holding on the defense of a run play. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but you'll take it. First down here across the 40 to the 49. Actually put right at the 50 there. Head coach of Wirt County pleading his case. You'll see that a lot. So the ball's being placed at midfield here with 7:55 left to go here in the first half. Same formation, unbalanced to the right, single receiver to the right. Snodgrass, the running back, on Corey Cohen's right as well. Snap, Cohen keeps it, trips across the 50, moves forward. It's going to take more than one person to bring him down. They blow the whistle there.
He's still standing, Ethan. Still standing.
And he gets into opponent territory down to the 49. You're right, Chance. He never went down to his knees.
There was it seemed like several other people on the ground when the play was done, but Corey Cohen himself was still standing.
By the way, Cameron Mercer looked to be jawing to the Wirt County D-line, and of all people, Cooper Payton grabs him by the horse collar and pulls him back.
He's like, I don't need no more holding penalties on me. Get back over here.
This is a holding penalty they won't call me for, is what Cooper Payton is saying. Anyways, gain of 6, second down and 4 here. Ball's at the 44-yard line in Wirt County territory. Snap. Cohen keeps it himself, gets across the sticks at the 40, over to the 35, still churning yards. This time he does go down, but he's inside the 30 down to the 28, and you can tell these Wirt County Tigers are huffing and puffing.
Yeah, and it's just, Corey is one of them quarterbacks. You don't see it in his size because he ain't near as tall. Really tough to bring down. And a quarterback who loves contact, which is something you normally don't see out of a quarterback.
First down and 10 here at the 28. 6:35 left to go here in the first half. Same formation. The difference is that Snodgrass is on Cohen's left. Cohen going to drop back to pass here. Looks over to his right. Can he get Huggins? No, it's outstretched for him, and it falls incomplete. They tried to pick on number 24.
They tried it. As the Wirt County people say, the human missile is who they tried to pick on there. They were kind of hoping he'd explode on himself, and they were able to get in the end zone, but just slightly overthrown by Corey. But you know what I'm saying over here. Why are we passing the ball?
That's okay. When you're running 8 yards of carry, 2 out of 3, as Meatloaf says, is good with me.
We just need to just keep running at this point in time. It's working. Let's go down and put it in the end zone. Keep that clock moving, too, which is a positive thing. Don't give them much time when they get it back.
Unbalanced to the right with everybody on the right side here. Cohen hands it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass bounces to the outside. He's got a couple blocks. He's into the open field. Stiff arms a man, but is brought down by Andrew Limley. He does get across the sticks for the first down inside the 20 to the 17. And Chance, that's why you take a shot. 12 yards in a cloud of dust. Pretty darn good.
Excellent blocking out there, and that is easily Snodgrass' best run of the day of 11 yards.
He comes out, Hall comes in. 6:08 left to go in the first half. CBs are in the red zone, up 6-0 after a turnover. Equipment timeout here is the chain gang. So we'll keep it here.
Working on the chain.
I understand this is high school football, and better yet, it's single-A high school football, but Brad House says this all the time in college football. Why we have resorted to 2 poles in a chain when we have all this technology in football is mind-boggling to me. But anyways, and you're also slowing things down here and allowing Wirt County to catch their breath.
Yes, that is one of the things right now that if you're the CBs, you don't want to see. You've got momentum. You're moving the ball well. And now we got to take a second here. And I don't know if we're moving a couple links from the chain or adding a couple links at this point in time. But there's definitely something tied in a knot over there is what it appears.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll take a break here and come back while they attend to the injured chain gang. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR. Oh, wait, nope.
November
is
Lung Cancer Awareness Month.
Don't take it.
If you or a loved one has or has had lung cancer, breathe easy knowing HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness can help. While smoking is a major cause of lung cancer, non-smokers can also develop lung cancer. HealthWorks Revital Cancer Rehabilitation Program gives our physical therapists the tools necessary to help our patients get back to the things that matter most. For many cancer survivors, surgery can leave long-lasting side effects, ranging from weakness and fatigue to neuropathy and issues with balance. Through the power of physical therapy, we can help our patients regain cardiovascular endurance and help them breathe more efficiently so they can work toward getting back to life and the things they enjoy most. Visit us online at healthworksrf.com to learn more.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
A touchdown on the play here. As soon as we went to break, they fixed the chain gang, and Caleb Hall took it to the end zone for a touchdown. And takes it himself, virtually untouched. He's in. 2-point conversion good, and there's a late flag on the play. Limley flops and gets a flag out of J.J. Doshin, although I will say it probably was warranted. He did push him after the whistle.
He's a much bigger boy, too,
Yeah.
than Limley is, so you're going to get that call, especially if you've gotten a score like that. Do want to say HealthWorks able to fix the chain gang really quick as we went to commercial. So they not only got the advertisement, they got the chain fixed.
Yeah. So I want to go back to that touchdown chance. We'll kind of describe it in detail here. They did that kind of pin-pull toss play. But the thing that was most astounding about that was, did you see the downfield blocking of Braden Ponceroff looking like sunshine in Remember the Titans, lowering the shoulder. He's leading the way, took out 2 defenders on a pancake block, and led Caleb Hall to the end zone. Once again, the 2-point conversion was good, so it's 14-0 CB's over Wirt County. And it's been a little bit antsy here, a little bit anxiety-filled, but Wirt County just has not been able to capitalize on drives.
Yeah, they've moved the ball. They get down there close to the end zone, and some interceptions have happened, and it kind of ruined the drive for them. Now, this 15 yards on the kickoff, though, could be crucial. We do know that Ponceroff has a good leg, and this may be one of them that LePeau just kind of looks at him and says, put everything you got into it. Let's see how far you can kick it.
Well, here's the thing. It's on your own 25-yard line. He's putting the ball on the left side of the hash mark here. It's lined up normally on the tee, though. Let's see how he boots it. I will never give Ponceroff anything if he's able to get a touchback on this play. Boots it away, and it goes all the way past to the 10, to the 5, and scoops it up at the 2. Here it goes. Wirt County trying to get some blockers. Nothing happens there. I am never giving Braden Ponceroff any stick on a kickoff because he kicked that all the way to the 2. I'm honestly shocked, Chance. The Wirt County kid picked it up.
I am too, but at the same time, I think he touched it up here with the tips of his fingers, so I don't think he had a choice but to get it. That's something, if we had instant replay, we could see if he touched it, because if not, he was going to go into the end zone. You were going to get it at the 25. They did get a beneficial spot. He was hit at the 8, but he ran back to the 5, but they gave it to him still, it appears to be 8-9 yard line.
I believe that was Dylan Hutchison, the one who they call the missile. They hand it off here to the running back. Fumble. It looks like it's recovered by the Seabees. It is. Seabees football, the second turnover, third turnover of the night, goes the Seabees way, and it's first down and goal. The wheels have fallen off the engine of the Wirt County Tigers.
Yeah, Mercer just went in, grabbed the ball, and just ripped it out of Limley's hands. And you could see Limley go, I don't got the ball anymore.
Chance, 4 possessions for the Wirt County Tigers. They have gone like this. 3 and out, interception, fumble.
And that's not the way you want to see it go if you're them.
Late arriving substitution coming in here for Wirt County, unbalanced to the right. Cohen keeps it himself, gets a push, gets inside the 5, down to the 4, and it will be second down and goal here from the 4. 5:29 left to go here in the first half. Whistles blow.
66 has his helmet off.
He'll have to come out for a play, won't he?
I was going to say, unless it was ripped off. We do have a flag.
We do have a flag.
So let's find out what's going on here. Was it ripped off or did like did he take it off? We'll have to see. I did not see it. I just seen him. He's obviously, when he stands up, he's taller than everybody else out there except for Zach Gump, and he does not have his helmet on.
Zach Gump may have been the one that ripped the helmet off. It's going to be on Mercer.
Personal foul.
And it's going to be a personal foul face mask.
That would.
It'll be 15 yards.
They got me there because they say 53, but we don't have a 53. That makes me think
That's
it is
54.
Mercer, and being Mercer at 54.
Unless it's 73, which is Gump. 73. So it's going to be on Gump. So he pushed Whipke's helmet off. He does not have to come out for a play. And the Seabees have now retreated the ball back to the 19-yard line on first down and goal.
You've made a great play. Now you've made a boneheaded play. You've got to find a way to get it in the end zone because you do not want to turn around and have the ball on like the 8-yard line and not be able to find a way to punch it in.
Not to mention the fact that you pretty much, if you're able to punch in the end zone, you seize complete control of this game.
Yeah, because you also get the ball at the beginning of the second half since Wirt County took it at the beginning of the
That
game
is
here.
correct. That is correct. We're still having a conference here from the referees. So it's still first down. So they're saying that it's a dead ball foul, so it'll be second down here from the 19. That's interesting.
Crucial.
Yeah.
That's crucial. If you're the Seabees now, you went from having 4 plays to get it there to getting
3.
to 3.
All right, unbalanced here to the right again. Hall on Corey Cohen's right.
I'd watch the fade to Poncer off here.
Well, also look at Cody Clovis. He's the lone receiver, and 24 is the one covering him.
You're correct. I thought that was Poncer off, but that may be Clovis.
Hall gets the handoff, bounces to the outside here, cuts back inside, and keeps going, churns a couple of yards after contact here. He gets inside the 15 to the 11. Good run there by Caleb Hall, and it'll be third down and goal from the 11. If you keep churning this yardage, chance you might get into the end zone
just get
regardless.
on the ground. Correct.
I still think I run it here.
I'm okay with running it here, too. I'd almost like to just stick it in Corey's hands. He's been hit sticking that secondary pretty good and always falling forward. And I think if you do that, probably your worst-case scenario is a 4th and 5 from the 5-yard line. And I'm okay with sticking Jules out there or Poncer off and letting them try a field goal from the 5-yard line if I can get there. I'd run it right to the middle of the field with Corey.
Same formation here. Corey going to drop back to pass, looking at a fade route to Cooper Payton, and he's into the end zone. Flexes at the news camera. Touchdown, Clay Battelle. It's 20-0 CBs.
That may have been a backbreaker there for Wirt County.
Chance, I said if we're up by 3 scores, we might want to go get Tim Brown, and Chance, I might have you go get Tim Brown, the head coach of the Cameron Dragons, at halftime. All right, 4:33 left to go in the first half. CB's up 20-0. Hey, Chance,
yes.
Cooper Statler just went to the referee. I wonder if he's reporting as eligible. He's not. He's still the right guard. Same formation here. Snodgrass is in at running back. Cohen keeps it himself, pushes forward. I don't know if he got there. I don't believe he did. It is no good, and it is still 20-0 CBs with 4:33 left to go in the first half. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
Every community grows stronger when neighbors help neighbors. That's what First Exchange Bank is all about, supporting local families, small businesses, and the dreams that help keep our towns moving forward. We're your local community bank, rooted here, growing here, and proud to serve here. First Exchange Bank. Online at firstexchangebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 579178.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
If you're Braden Poncer off, Chance, do you just tell him to boot it again?
Yes. Yes, because I'll tell you right now, if you're able to put it in the end zone, to me, you take that chance of a big play, and that's what Wirt County needs right now is a big play. If you're able to get it to the end zone, you take any chance of a return kickoff going for a touchdown, and that's what I would prefer to have if I was the CBs right now.
Aaron Lepeau is talking to Zach Gump after that penalty. He says you can't ever drive him up. Drive him down. You can't ever push him up. Ponceroff boots it away. A low line kick. Bounces to Limley at about the 12-yard line. He's got great speed if he can get into the open field. He will not get into the open field. He's wrapped up by Cody Clovis, and Ponceroff said, hey, hold him for me there. I'm going to do a tackling drill and just absolutely level the kid. 4:25 left to go here in the first half, and we'll take this opportunity to remind you that it's good to have options when choosing health coverage for yourself and for your family or for your employees. And you've got options with the health plan. The health plan, plan on it. Learn more at healthplan.org. Pistol formation here with two receivers lined up to the right and a tight end on the right. Lone receiver to the left is Limley. They hand it off here to, it looks like that is Hartford. Hartford tackled for a loss by the Sandman, Colt Sandy.
Just perfect tackling for him there. Held him up and then just slipped to his ankles, wrapped him up, and there was nowhere for Hartford to go.
I'm honestly surprised they went with a run play on that chance. I think it was just maybe a tendency breaker here. I'd look to see a heavy dose of pass on this drive as we approach under 4 minutes left to go in this first half. Same formation here. Smith claps his hands together, rolls out to the right, looking for a man. And it's incomplete. Did he catch it? Did Cooper Payton catch that? Did Cooper Payton catch that? We have not gotten a signal. We have not gotten a signal.
He's got the hands in the air as if it's caught. It's caught by somebody because he gave the signal on the far sideline.
They're whistling. Let's see what they call here. Cooper Payton nicely hands the ball to the ref. Little bit of campaigning going on. He's pointing like he's got it.
We're sticking the offense on the field.
And it's first down, Clay Battelle. The White Hat signals first down, CBs. And I'm glad that the referees are coming to the hash mark and not on the sideline to let the Wirt County coaches talk them out of it.
No, I agree with that. After watching last week, there were several times that when you watched, Wirt County was able to convince the referees of some calls that should not have been, and it is nice to see that they brought it out to the hash mark. They talked it over. I can tell you the far line judge is the one who stuck his hands in the air and let me know that somebody had caught the ball because he was marking the ball there.
Unbalanced formation to the right here. Hall on Corey Cohen's right as well. They pitch it to Hall. Hall bounces to the outside, tries to cut back across the numbers here. He's got some open space, but he's tackled and wrapped up at the 29-yard line. And Cooper Statler saw Whipkey after the whistle, flailed, and said, "Come on!" He heard that the Oscars were coming, and he knows he has bright cleats on. He likes to be flashy.
Unmatching cleats, which have irritated me all season long. He did, just to let everybody know, I believe it was sometime in October for Breast Cancer Awareness, did wear both pink cleats to represent that, helping out on breast cancer awareness, which was nice to see. I tried getting him to wear both orange on Halloween, but he wouldn't do it for me.
Under 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. They hand it off to Hall. Hall just needs a couple, and he's got very close to the first down marker. He's going to be marked at the 26. The line to gain is about the 26.5, so it'll bring up third down here.
And Braden Ponceroff is grabbing J.J. Doshin and pulling him away like we don't want to get involved in this. Let's stick it in the end zone. That's how we fight this mind games right now. Stick it in the end zone.
Hall comes out. Snodgrass comes in on third down and a yard. 2:20 left to go in the first half. Here we go. Unbalanced to the right. Hard count. They jump.
I think sometime at the end of the year, Ethan, I may have to go down there and just hear Corey do a cadence because he has gotten so many of those throughout the season.
2:14 left to go here in the first half. They move the chains on a third down and 1 and move the ball to the 22. First down and 10 here. Same formation, unbalanced to the right. Mercer beside Gump, who's beside Statler, and J.J. Dosh in the center. Two tight ends to the right. Snodgrass to Corey Cohen's right. Cohen keeps it himself inside the 20, inside the 15, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's inside the 10 to the 9. First down, CBs.
I've got Corey 3 yards short of going over the century mark here in the first half.
Wow.
So I would keep running him the ball here, let him break that century mark, and have a couple TDs to go along with it.
You know, Chance, I'll admit I liked the Seabees in this matchup, but I did not think that we would be in this situation come halftime. 20-0 Seabees. They're inside the 10 on a first down and goal here. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Same formation. Cohen keeps it himself. Gets across the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Seabees. 26-0 with 86 seconds left to go in this first half. And the Seabees are dominating.
Yeah, that was pure dominance there. Corey didn't even get touched, I think, to 7 yards down the field.
Does that cross him over the century mark?
That does. He's at 106 with 2 TDs right now in the
How
first half.
many carries
alone.
does he have? 11?
He has 11.
Wow.
Next closest to him is Caleb Hall with 8 carries for 44 yards.
Not to mention, Chance, we'll talk about it here after this 2-point conversion, and we'll keep it here. Unbalanced to the right again. Single receiver wide to the right. Pitch to Hall. Hall almost wrapped up, not able to get there, almost tripped up by his own offensive lineman. Gump's kicking himself because he knows that he might have gotten into the end zone, but it's okay. 86 seconds left, and you're up 26-0 Seabees. All right, Chance, we talked about this early in the first quarter. We were like, wow, we're not getting the run penetration that we thought we would coming into this game. Chance, I mean, it has completely turned a new leaf into the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seemed to go away from running with the tailbacks, going more towards Corey Cohen, the quarterback, running it.
Having an extra blocker.
And I do believe Wirt came into it thinking we have to stop Caleb Square because we've had dominance runs by the tailbacks throughout the year. And I think in the process of doing that, left Corey open to himself, and he's been able to take advantage of it by all means.
Should be mentioned, Corey Cohen's at 623 yards right now.
And he is averaging just short of 10 yards a carry today. He is almost to that 10-yard, even 10.5 to 11. He's really close with one more, 15-yard run next. He would be at almost 11 yards a carry.
Ponserov set to kick this one off from the left hash of the 40-yard line. 86 seconds left here in the first half. Spiraling kick goes across the defender. They try to pick it up. They pick it up slowly here. It's Limley. Limley slides down on the turf, short of the 20, down to the 19. Chance, that kick return by Frontier in week 2 might have been the best thing to ever happen to this kickoff coverage because they have been absolutely impeccable this season.
Yes, you can see it. There's several gray jerseys down there to get around Limley, and Limley's like, I just don't want to get hit. I'm going to make it look like a slide, but he pretty well just sit down at the 18 and said, let's see if we can do something offensive-wise. I do believe Wirt's just going to run it here. I don't think they want to make another mistake.
2 receivers on each side. They motion Limley from left to right. Claps their hands together. Bubble screen to Limley here. Trying to get him in open space with blockers. He's got a few, but he's tackled by Cooper Statler from behind. The big boy wrapping the speedy guy. It does get a first down. It's across the 30 to the 33, but I don't believe he got out of bounds there, so the clock will stop momentarily.
It's still running.
And it is running. You are correct.
Under a minute now.
This was what I was worried about with Wirt County. They do kind of run a no-huddle offense. He's trying to get the play in. Trips receivers over to the left this time. Smith rolls to his right. Now cuts back over to the left. He rolled out to his left and cut back over to the right. And Colt Sandy gave him a nice little hit. Reminded him that he's still around.
Just let him know he's there.
But he was very kind. He said, here, let me help you back up, good sir.
That keeps the yellow flag from coming in if you help the guy up after you hit him.
Well, I don't know if it certainly helps. It certainly helps.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the Sandman.
Second down and 10 here. 2 receivers on each side for Wirt. They send Limley in motion from left to right in the slot. Claps his hands together, looking on the bubble screen. Now they're going to throw a deep shot here, and it was caught by Clovis, but he wasn't able to get a foot down. It's incomplete.
That was a heck of a catch by Clovis.
It was.
Just a shame that he went out of bounds while doing it.
But with this offense, an incomplete pass can almost do as well as a sack.
Yeah, I have mentioned all along, Ethan, the speed can kill, and Wirt County's kind of finding that out right now in the secondary. They do have two big guys that are possession receivers, but the speed is just over-accounting for that size.
Tripp's receivers to the left this time. They're just going to hand it off here to Hartford, and Hartford's wrapped up for a loss. Mercer wraps up Hartford, and Clay Battelle's going to call timeout.
At this point in time, the way your offense, Corey has an arm, and you've got speed receivers. I mean, at this point,
At what point does this become rubbing salt in the wound, though?
You're in the first half right now. There is no rubbing salt in the wound in the first half.
You're in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Yes. There is no salt in the wound.
Because I can tell you right now, what LePau's thinking is they're only 4 touchdowns from passing us, even if they just kick an extra point and being up 28-26. Seems funny at this point in time the way the game's going, but at the same time, being up 4+ scores versus, being down 4 score, he's doing the math right now, and he would rather be up and just go ahead and put the nail in the coffin.
Also, how many times do you get to practice your 30-second offense?
And you're also looking right now, Hartford's last 4 carries are 0, 1, -1, and -2.
Wow.
The defense has really been turning on, shutting him down.
Bragg is the returner to the right. Ponceroff the returner to the left. Spread punt here with 2 blockers over to the left side, 1 to the right, and that's Tyson Price. Punt is away,
Good
booming
punt.
Sky kick there. It goes to Bragg. Bragg cuts across to the 50, almost slips on the turf, and somehow ends up going the way of number 4 there.
Yeah, 4.
And number 4 gave him another 5 yards there. Also gave him a nice talking to. And you know what? That's fine. Let him talk.
This is not uncharacteristic of number 4. We've seen him on film earlier this year. We're pretty sure I had talked to you in the Gilmer game. It looked like he spit on somebody. And he's got a way of trying to do the mind games.
Play is at the 37 here. Corey can certainly get it there with his arm. 18 seconds left. CBs have 2 timeouts left. So your whole playbook is certainly open. Unbalanced to the right. Clovis, the single receiver to the right. Look to maybe give him a deep shot. Cohen drops back to pass. 3-step drop. Hit as he throws it deep to Clovis. Oh, he almost had it in his hands. It took a ricochet from Limley and hit him in the hands. I think that's what caused it. Just a slight deflection to put his hands off. Corey takes a shot.
You do that same pass again, and that may be in the end zone. And I would not be surprised to see LePau go right back to that same play.
Huggins comes in.
I think this is looking like a 4 wide here with Sandy coming out.
So let's see what they do here. It's actually Tripp's receivers. No, they're going to go empty here with 3 receivers and a tight end to the left, single receiver to the right. This is usually when they go to Clovis on the lone right side. Cohen drops back to pass. Good protection. Throws it, and it is caught! It's caught! He mossed him! He mossed him at the 1! And they call it short.
Injury.
And there is an injury down on the play. That will stop the clock, though, with 5.4 seconds left to go. You can call a timeout. How in the world did Cody Clovis catch that ball?
He just ripped it off. And to be honest with you, it's one of those, they say a 50-50 ball goes to the offense, and that's what happened there because both players had possessions of it. It is the human missile, number 24. Let me help out here. Dylan Hutchinson, who was rolling around on the ground a little bit. It is nice to see he's already up and walking off. May have just had the breath knocked out of him because they both seem to go into the grass pretty hard.
Chance, I can't get over that catch. That was insane.
I cannot either. That will be the second timeout, if I am correct, by Clay Battelle.
Yeah, you're going to take the timeout to not get the whistle here. You do have 1 timeout left, so you, in theory, could run 2 plays.
You could, and you're on the 1 yard line. At this point in time, it's Corey up the middle and try, if it doesn't go in, try the timeout as quick as possible and probably try it again. Or even at this point in time, I will say that, you can always kick a field goal too.
Yeah.
They put you up by 29.
But at the same time, though, you know what I'd like? See if we can get Cooper as an eligible receiver, send him in motion, have him go under center, and just let the big boy push into the end zone.
You know, you could possibly see that, but as good as Corey's been down in here finding that little lane to slip in, I think you're probably going to see him run the ball.
5.4 seconds left to go. The ball is placed on the 1-yard line of the right hash here. The strong side of the offensive line is the right side for Clay Battelle. So they will be trying to work that weak side there. Let's see what they do. They do go unbalanced. Clovis, the lone receiver to the right.
Check this out. You have Cameron Mercer and Gump on the right side. Actually, you're overloading the right side of the line. You have moved Gump from the left over, put Sandy over on the left side.
Yep, that's what that unbalanced formation is.
I don't remember him moving Gump over, so I was a little bit shocked by that.
All right, blow the whistle here. Cohen with Snodgrass to his right. Takes the snap, runs to his right, goes to the outside. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, 32-0, and 1 second to spare.
The only negative part of that, Ethan, is the fact it's going to hurt Corey's average per carry because that was only a 1-yard run.
I think he'll be all right. He'll take that deep pass, though, to help his average with Cody Clovis. I mean, I really hope whoever the news guy is over there at the far corner of the end zone got a good view of that catch because
it will be fun to watch. I agree with you. Hopefully on Metro News at a later time or wherever it is, we can get a view of that because it was pretty spectacular from up here what we've seen.
Same formation here. They do a little reverse play to Cooper Payton. Payton tries to push forward. He extends, and he's into the end zone. 2-point conversion good, and it's 34-0.
Just for the record, Cooper Payton for 4 yards drug a Wirt County guy to get into that to make that 2-point good.
Ponceroff is limping. Ponceroff's got a heavy limp.
And we were talking, you want to come out of this with a win, but you also want to come out of it healthy. He's grabbing the tee, though. He's not letting.
Might be just a little bit of a stinger there.
LePeau is asking him, are you okay? And he gave the head shake yes.
Are you sure?
Yes,
that's what I would be asking. So it'll be one play here. The kickoff will be away, and that will probably end the half.
We will not be getting the interview from Tim Brown of Cameron because it appears, I'm going to guess that's his wife. I'm not positive on that.
He's seen all he needs to see.
He's seen all he needs to see. He knows who he's playing next week. He has got his chair with his woman, and they are leaving with 1.6 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
I bet you he didn't think that he'd be home in time for dinner.
I would agree with you on that note.
All right, they booted away here. Spiraling kick goes across the 20 and recovered at the 19. Limley takes it himself, and he's tackled. I believe that was Colt Sandy the Sandman, and he sprints off. What a dominating performance. How about these CBs? They go into half, up 34-0 here, and we'll take a break. Clay Battelle leads at halftime.
Lou, latrine, head, Ken, the porcelain throne, the Oval Office, whatever you call it, when you need to go, Saving Grace Septic is there. From football games to family gatherings, even construction sites, we've got portable toilets ready for action. Septic systems may be the last thing on your mind, but we're the first call you make when you need a pump. Check out our service area at savinggraceseptic.com. We're there when you need to go.
Lang Monument isn't just about stones. It's about stories. Stories of Morgantown families told through granite, marble, and bronze for over 150 years. Hi, I'm Rob Lang. Let us help you create a lasting tribute that speaks from the heart. With Lang Monument, you're choosing more than a monument. You're choosing a legacy crafted with care and precision. See our selection of 100 on display in the showroom or online at langmonument.com.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
Leaky faucet? Clogged drain? Water heater not keeping up? Josh Heinerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, where we do more than just HVAC. We are your local plumbing pros. From quick repairs to complete replacements, our licensed plumbers can handle it all. Faucets, toilets, water heaters, sump pumps, and more. We do it fast, clean, and right the first time. From drips to disasters, we've got you covered. Advanced HVAC and Plumbing.
Do you have land and are looking to build your dream home? Ask Vision Homes. They've been building custom homes for friends and neighbors in North Central West Virginia for over 30 years. So if you have land to build on, Vision Homes can help with everything else. Call Vision Homes 304-296-0024 or visit AskVisionHomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
Life can feel overwhelming at times, but you don't have to go through it alone. Mon Health's behavioral health services are here to support your emotional well-being with compassionate care, counseling, and treatment options tailored to you. Whether you're facing stress, anxiety, depression, or just need someone to talk to, our expert team is ready to help you take the next step toward healing. Mon Health's behavioral health services. Care you can trust close to home. Learn more at monhealth.com.
This is Clay Battelle High
by this margin, but not
on WAJR.
Welcome back to Blacksville, where we are at halftime, and the score is 34-0. Clay Battelle over the Wirt County Tigers. This halftime report is sponsored by Patton Building Services. From janitorial to general building maintenance, Patton Building Services believes clean environments build better businesses. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities. Online at pattonbuildingservices.com. We're going to check the first half stats here real quick, but that is brought to you by First United Bank and Trust, My Bank for Life, online at mybank.com. Looking at the stats first for Wirt County, looks like Smith is 6 of 13 here. And the leading rushers for Wirt County is Hartford, with 10 rushes for 30 yards. Anthony Morgan, the tailback, has 4 carries for 7 yards in total. And then it looks like Limley, also the wide receiver, has gotten a couple of handoff carries. He has 1 carry for 4 yards. As for the receiving totals for each receiver on Wirt County, Jacob Moore has 1 reception for 7 yards. Easton Wire has 3 receptions for 23 yards. And Limley has 2 receptions for 20 yards. But the story of the game, here is how Wirt County's drives have begun and ended. They started at the 26. They ended in a 3-and-out punt. They started at the 38. They ended at the 43, but intercepted by Trey Huggins. They started at the 18, and they moved to the 12, but it was interception by Cody Clovis. They started at the 9. They ended at the 8, and it was a Morgan fumble, and then an interception by Cooper Payton, along with another punt. That is how every drive has gone for the Wirt County Tigers. So 4 turnovers in total, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble, and 2 punts. Now let's go to the good news. The Seabees are running the ball to a very effective rate. Corey Cohen, the leading rusher for today, with 12 carries for 107 yards. Caleb Hall also leads the way, also is the leading running back rusher with 8 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown. By the way, Corey Cohen, 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. Caleb Snodgrass, 4 carries for 13 yards. And then here's how the drives have gone for the Seabees. First drive ended in a punt. Second drive, 22-yard touchdown run by Corey Cohen. Second drive, 18-yard touchdown run by Caleb Hall. Third drive, Corey Cohen throws it to Cooper Payton for an 11-yard touchdown catch, and then a 9-yard touchdown run by Corey Cohen, and then a 1-yard touchdown run by Corey Cohen. Chance, as you have returned.
Interesting information, too. Got to speak to Coach Brown.
Catch your
Cameron.
breath. Catch your breath.
I'm a bigger guy. I am catching my breath. But I did get to speak to Coach Brown. His comment was to me, looks like you boys have went ahead and took care of business. And I said, can you let me know what day? He said Saturday at 1.
Interesting.
I thought the same thing. I was kind of figuring Friday.
Yeah, I was figuring Friday too.
But he said they spoke it over with the boys, and they said with the holiday weekend, Saturday at 1 is where they felt they wanted to play.
Okay. Well, that being said, we're about 17 minutes away from kickoff here. We'll take about a 3-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have halftime scores because we still have some games going on, Chance, and that'll be sponsored by Saving Grace Septic and Rentals. We'll be back here in about 3 minutes. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football with the halftime score, Clay Battelle 34, Wirt County nothing, here on WAJR.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
At First United Bank and Trust, 125 years ago, we started as a small, trusted place for neighbors to build their futures. Today, that spirit is still at the heart of everything we do. Through generations and through change, our purpose has stayed the same. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a customer, you're part of the story. Thank you for being part of our legacy and letting us be part of your future. Visit mybank.com/125 and see how 125 years of trust built the future we're creating today. Member of FDIC.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-497-0593. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-497-0593. That's 800-497-0593. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai. Or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
I'm ready. Chick-fil-A and its 18 West Virginia owner-operators salute more than 86,000 boys and girls that participate in scholastic sports in our state. Chick-fil-A recognizes that participation in high school sports helps develop leadership, teamwork skills that prepare each participant for life. The same values that Chick-fil-A in your community shares. Moving on to the halftime scores update, sponsored by Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable, portable toilets for every event. And when septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. Like Chance. Call them at 304-282-7210. Chance, you want to provide the scores from around the state?
In Quad A, we had Morgantown beating Spring Mills in an instant classic.
Was that triple overtime or double overtime? Double overtime.
Double overtime, 34-33. You then had University in another thriller beating Huntington in Huntington 35-28 last night. You have Martinsburg up on Wheeling Park 27-14. You had Jefferson last night beating George Washington 28-21.
So with that, the Quad A semifinals, as of right now, would be Martinsburg and University and Morgantown, and then who did you say?
Jefferson.
So that'll be fun.
That will. A really good semifinals. In AAA right now, Bridgeport and Chapmanville still 0-0 for they have not kicked off. Herbert Hoover
That's set to kick off at 7 p.m., by the way.
Is that right? That's a late start.
Yeah, and we're only at 5:20 here. I know it feels like it's 8 o'clock here, but it's only 5 o'clock.
Herbert Hoover at this time is up on Princeton 21-14 at the half. North Marion beating Nitro 24-14 at the half. And Robert C. Byrd and Spring Valley still set to kick off.
Also another 7 p.m. start. Moving on to AA now. All of those scores are final.
They are. We have Frankfort beating Mingo Central 50-15. Bluefield over Midland Trail 45-7. Philip Barber in a close one versus Clay County 69-7. And Doddridge County with the upset 38-27, beating Independence in Independence was the shocker last night in a monsoon bowl, if I may say so. The rain was really coming down.
So with that, the semifinal weekend for AA will be Doddridge County going to Frankfort. We've talked about this a little bit. Maybe the only team that could slow down Frankfort. That Doddridge County defense, I'm willing to give them their flowers now. That Doddridge County defense is absolutely elite. On the other side, though, you have Bluefield and Philip Barber. That's going to be a great matchup to see who gets in Charleston.
No, I agree with you on there. Philip Barber having to go to Bluefield. It's one of them games to a certain extent. It's just I want to go with the home field advantage. May be the difference in that game.
So if Doddridge County is able to pull off the upset and advance to the AA state championship, how astounding would it be if I told you that Doddridge County would win a AA state championship before a single A state championship?
Just moving up this year, didn't they? Because they were single A last.
They are the smallest school in AA in terms of enrollment.
That is shocking.
Anyways, on to single A.
Single A, you had Wheeling Central 41-8 over Tucker County. Cameron over Wahama last night, 42-16.
That's who the winner of this game will play.
And then earlier today, Pendleton County in overtime, if I'm correct, 35-27 over East Hardy.
Wow. So Pendleton County will take on Wheeling Central Catholic at Wheeling University. And as for the other side, the winner of this game looks to be the Seabees in a little bit of firm control here as they lead 34-0 over the Wirt County Tigers. They will look to take on Cameron in a Week 1 rematch rivalry game set to go for the state championship. You can't write it any better than that, Chance.
No, and as we just found out from Coach Brown, it'll be Saturday at 1 o'clock. So you'll be able to go out, get your Black Friday shopping done, let your Thanksgiving dinner settle, show up out here Saturday at 1 with your cowbell, because we always need more cowbell, and see who makes the state championship game.
All right, that's going to do it for your halftime scores update. Be sure to tune in to WVMetroNews.com to follow all the score updates throughout this quarterfinal game, the couple of ones in AAA that kick off at 7, and then follow us all the time on semifinal weekend next to Thanksgiving weekend. Right, it's Cody Clovis. Cohen keeps it himself. He's going to get the first down, I believe. They're going to mark him down a yard past the sticks at the 31. It will be a first down for Clay Battelle. So the chains move, the clock rolls. Well, it'll reset. Now it will roll. Well, we've got this break in the action. The West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission promotes athletics that provide lifelong quality learning experiences to high school students while enhancing their achievement of educational goals. Play, perform, compete together. I'd play football with you, Chance, if I need a good guard. I bet you could snap the ball. Anyways, Cohen pitches it to Hall. Hall gets across the 30 and goes out of bounds at the 25. Does that stop the clock?
It does.
Well, darn. That's the one thing you didn't want to do was stop the clock. Slide down if you want to, Hall. It's okay. 6:38 left to go. Want to stop the clock. Were you a good chess player, Chance, on the chess club?
I felt like I wasn't bad, but I was no Bobby Fischer, that's for sure. Any Queen's Gambit.
Unbalanced to the right here, single receiver to the right. Same play. They pitch it to Hall. Hall waits for his blocks, develops, now reverses field. Cohen gets a block, but it's going to be a block in the back.
It's going to be a blindside block is what they're going to call. I'm not a fan of it because I don't know what he didn't hit him hard. He just hit him enough to allow Hall to get to the other side.
What you have to do is just get in the guy's way. But I understand Corey Cohen likes to hit people. Anyway, 6:29 left to go here in the third quarter. It'll back the ball up. The line to gain is the 21.5. And the ball is at the 34. It is over to the left side. By the way, that was a good run there by Hall. Seeing that it was closed up, he just reversed field, says, we'll go to a foot race.
Nope. They called it a block in the back. I will be interested to watch the film later myself. I felt like, if anything, you could have called the blind side.
I think it was.
Because that is a new rule that they've done where, you got to see the block coming.
Same formation here. They hand it off to Hall. Hall bounces over to the weak side. He's got some room to run, breaks one tackle, gets across the sticks, and is pushed out of bounds inside the 20 to the 18. Actually, they're going to mark him down at the 16, 5:58 left to go in this third quarter. Clay Battelle, it took a while to get going, but now that running offense is churning.
I told you it looked like they really were having a rough time up the middle with it, and it seems like since they went to that pitch play, just a little bit more room there for the tailbacks to see, and they're able to find those holes.
So first down and 10 here. Same formation, unbalanced to the right. Snodgrass is to Corey Cohen's right. Counter. Snodgrass waits for his blocks to develop. He gets some open space, runs over a man and goes across him. And inside the 10 over to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 7 there, second down and 3. Clock is rolling now, 5:40 left to go in this third quarter. all three of these runners, and I say all three because Caleb Snodgrass, Corey Cohen, and Caleb Hall are just so much fun to watch all season. Wouldn't you agree, Chance?
Yeah, but a bunch of them are. Caleb Hall has grown into a tailback who don't mind contact. I felt like earlier in the season he wasn't a big fan of it, but they've all three grown into willing to run somebody over.
Snodgrass gets the handoff to the strong side this time, but he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield there. Somebody gets their shoe thrown. And it's, who is it? It is Snodgrass. So he got his shoe taken off and then proceeded to be thrown all the way to the other side of the field. Okay.
Was that Snodgrass on the carry?
Yes.
That was, okay.
Yeah. It was a loss on the play, loss of about 3 yards, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 5. 4:30 left to go in this third quarter. Clock is rolling. Unbalanced to the right again. Cody Clovis, the lone receiver. Hall is the tailback. They're going to fake the handoff here. Cohen steps back, drops, throws it to Colt Sandy, and he's got it for a touchdown. 2 touchdowns in 2 games for Colt Sandy. He gets it into the playoffs and into the end zone. It's 34-0 Seabees. Sorry, 40-0 Seabees. It was 34-0. The scoreboard operator was a little bit slow. He hasn't worked in a while.
Where were we at on that, Ethan? I'm trying to get it here on the stat
I believe we were at the 12.
Okay, that's what I will put down here. 12-yard catch by Sandy.
So 4:23 left to go in the third quarter. The Seabees lead by a score of 40-0 with the extra point pending here. They're still going for 2. Twins receivers to the left. Strong pistol with Cooper Payton over to Corey Cohen's left. Hall is the running back. Flag on the play. It's a dead ball, delay of game. Now you kick it.
Now he done a legal. Now there's
delay of game.
The back judge done.
I looked at the play clock. I looked at the play
start.
clock, and it was at 0 seconds. So 4:20. Like I say, 4:23 left to go. So we'll see what they do here.
I mean, if you score the 2 point, if I am correct, the automatic clock will start at that point in time.
So we'll see here what they do. Looks like it's the same formation. Colt Sandy, now they're switching it. It's unbalanced to the left this time. Cohen drops back to pass. Looks to throw a hard throwing ball towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Cody Clovis. It goes over his head. 2-point conversion, no good, and it's still 40-0. Hang on, we do have a flag on the play. Let's see what we have here. And there was a whole bunch of confusion on that play. All right, we'll take a break for 30 seconds and come back. The score is Clay Battelle 40, Wirt County nothing. You are listening to CB's Football here on WAJR.
The high school football playoffs are underway. Get coverage with live and archived games, top plays, and in-depth analysis from Joe Mercado and Greg Carey. Plus our exclusive new interview series, State of Minds, and your favorite daily programs right on your smart TV or streaming device. Get more information at WVMetroNewsTV.com. Metro News Television is powered by the West Virginia Department of Tourism, Dan Cava Toyota, the WVHTC Foundation, WVU Medicine, and Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's Football on WAJR.
40-0 with 4:23 left to go here in the third quarter. Wirt County will have possession for the first time this second half. You took a lot of time off the clock, Chance.
You did, and that's what you want to see. I mean, you probably want to go ahead here, get a quick stop, and if nothing else, just I hate to use this word because I hate to prevent defense because the only thing it does is prevent you from winning. But you just want to keep them in bounds on most plays, keep that clock moving.
Bouncing kick that goes right to number 11, Limley, and here comes a flag on the play. And I think it's going to be on the Seabees.
I know that Snodgrass had hit somebody and laid him out. I don't know if that's what the penalty was, but 17 was laying on the ground about the same time I seen the flag come out.
You see LePeau joking with one of the referees there.
A lot easier to do up 40-0. I can tell you
that is true. That is true. And that's probably what the referee told him. He said, hey, it's 40-0. All right?
Yeah, lay off a little bit.
You know. Holding on the receiving team. Okay. So actually what the referee was telling Coach LePeau is, it's on Wirt County, calm down. We talked about this with Michael Griffith of the Dominion Post. There is no Football Coach of the Year award. There is a Coach of the Year award in all sports, and I certainly think LePeau is up there in that award this year. They hand it off here to Hartford, and Hartford gets a decent gain on the play. It's a gain of 11 there as they move the chains over to the 26-yard line with 4:06 left to go here in the third quarter. We don't have a running clock just yet. We will in the fourth quarter if the score remains this.
We do see a couple substitutions there, Ethan. You got T.J. Barr in on the line. Cooper Statler is out.
Barr goes out in coverage here as they throw an out route to the intended receiver. That was number 10, Luke Hickman, who, by the way, is the backup quarterback for the Wirt County Tigers.
I got Smith right now, 6 of 14.
I like that average.
Looks like he's got 50 yards total passing.
They're lined up in a pistol again. It looks like the receivers to the right are stacked, but normal on the left side. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford gets some space to run. He is not giving up on the play, and he takes a whole host of CBs to bring him down there, and it's tackled beyond the sticks at the 41-yard line. First down for Wirt County.
That boy's still got heart there. He hasn't given up. I think it's one of them. It's bothering him that zero's on the board. He just wants to get on the scoreboard, make everybody feel better wearing orange and black.
You just got to relax here if you're Clay Battelle. If they get on the scoreboard, it's not the end of the world. 3:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Looks like Smith drops back to pass, throws it over the middle, and it's caught by number 10. That is Luke Hickman. Short of the sticks, though. And it'll bring up second down and 1 here. The line to gain is the 49. It's at midfield. 3:20 and a rolling clock here. Cooper Payton comes out. Caleb Hall comes in. Trips receivers to the left. Single receiver over to the right. Smith claps his hands together. Hands it off to Hartford. Hartford will not be denied the first down as he gets across the sticks over to the 46-yard line. First down, Wirt County. I got to give Hartford credit. He's the only one coming in with a lot of moxie. Barr comes out, Statler comes in. They don't like the inside penetration that's been going on. First down and 10 here for Wirt County. Smith claps his hands, drops back to pass. Free runner from Ponceroff. He throws an out route to Limley. Limley stutter steps, gets back, tackled by a whole host of CBs beyond the 40-yard line to about the 37 here. It's going to be marked just short of the first down, and it'll bring up another second down and 1. Ponceroff had a free runner at the quarterback. Good idea not to completely
annihilate him.
Yeah, annihilate him, but gave him a nice little nudge. Tight end on the right, 2 receivers over to the right. Roll Smith out to the right here. He's got a guy open in the flat, and he's tackled beyond the sticks there. And that's Hickman. They're moving the ball here at a good pace, but there's 2:10 left to go on the third quarter clock. Sleeth comes in. Jacob Layton comes out. They're in that prevent defense now, Chance, if you haven't seen it yet. All right. Pistol formation again. 2 receivers over to the left.
I believe Tyler Sleeth may have been offsides. He was really up in the face.
I don't know. It might have been Caleb Hall. Hall. Nope, they did call it on Sleeth. You were correct, Chance.
He was really up there. He wanted to bump and run like Ronnie Lott and Deion Sanders used to do. Get up in there, stick your hands in the chest, and see if you can get anywhere off that sideline, and just wasn't able to do it.
So first down and 5 here. The clock is running. 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. I would imagine a deep shot to the end zone is coming here. Limley is the lone receiver is the wide receiver wide to the left. Tyler Sleeth is on him. Smith claps his hands together, looks left, now looks right, goes towards the intended receiver, but it is incomplete. Clovis had it in his hands, decided to, I will say Easton Wire was the intended receiver there.
He broke it up.
Yeah, he decided to play defense.
Yeah, he decided to play defense. Done a good job of it, and that is not a small boy swatting that ball out there at the receiver position.
1:27 left to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 5. Trips receivers in a bunch formation wide to the left, single receiver over to the right. Usually this is where they hand it off to Hartford. They do. Hartford gets across the sticks for a first down, just beyond the 20, down to the 22. The line to gain was the 23. That will move the chains for a first down. If they decide to go no huddle here, they will take not a lot of time off the clock. Actually, the clock is already rolling. 1:15. 2 receivers on each side. Hartford still the tailback in the backfield. Smith claps his hands, rolls to his right, throws a little out route towards Wire. He goes out of bounds and stops the clock. Just beyond the 20, they're now in the red zone at the 17 chance. And you're moving the ball pretty well here, but you're taking a lot of time off the clock, and you have a lot of points to score.
Yeah, CBs are doing what we talked about, trying to keep them inside. There have been a couple plays get out of bounds, but most of the time inside the
trips to the left this time. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford bounces to the outside of the right, gets across the sticks inside the 10, just beyond the 5, and it's down at the 7.
You got Hartford closing in on a century, and most of that has been this drive.
54 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Trips receivers over to the left, single receiver to the right. Hartford still the running back. No tight ends. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford moves forward. He's inside the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wirt County. And I do believe that stops the clock, and you don't have a running clock going into the fourth quarter.
That is correct. That is the bad part of that if you're Clay Battelle.
And a bad part of that if you're working this game. All right, 2 receivers on each side with the 2-point conversion pending here. Hartford looks a little bit ginger, but he's still in the backfield. Smith claps his hands together, rolls to his right, throws it on an out pattern. He catches it, and it's good. 2-point conversion good. And the CBs only have a 32-point lead. 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. We'll keep it here, as we'll probably take a break at the end of the fourth quarter, so we'll keep it here. Chance, do you keep your starters in on this next possession?
No. Some will be out there, I do believe, because you play both ways.
Do you do that 1B with Huggins as your quarterback, Sleeth as your running back?
I'm comfortable with sticking McLaughlin in even at this time and let him run, because McLaughlin is showing that he's very good at running the ball, just like Corey Cohen has been. But it will be interesting to see what LePeau does do. When you don't have the moving clock, that may be his leaving them out there. And the other thing, you want to leave here healthy, but you also want to know that your guys can play 4 quarters. And that's the problem with pulling your starters early, is you want to go ahead and keep that conditioning
Well, I'm
going.
Certainly sure that the CBs want to keep their conditioning, but the regular season has shown that they are tested well in the fourth quarter. I understand you've played 2 weeks in a row where you haven't had to play 4 quarters of football, but at the same time, you know what would probably be even better than anything else? A kickoff return for a touchdown to keep that moving clock back up there.
That would be nice.
Ponts are off back deep to receive on the left. Clovis on the right. Wire to kick it off for the second time tonight. Low, booming kick that bounces to Clovis. Clovis plants his foot, goes across the 35 over to the 40, breaks a couple tackles, and he's across the 45.
We got a flag down somewhere. Come from the opposing sideline.
He threw that flag midway across the field, good 25 yards.
He's got a nice beanbag on the edge of that. If he doesn't, he's got a heck of an arm. Holding on us is the signal.
So you're going to move it back from the 47 over to the 37. 30 seconds left here to go in this third quarter. So you'll run one play, probably.
If you want the moving clock, the one play is a bomb.
Maybe. Maybe you think about it.
Limley was backed up to the 35 there. He was definitely thinking bomb. He wasn't getting beat.
They break the huddle here, unbalanced to the right. Caleb Hall, the running back, to Corey Cohen's right as well. They hand it off to Hall. Hall bounces over to the weak side. He's across the 45, over to the 50. Tackle just across midfield. I'll tell you what, Colt Sandy has been the best cheerleader all night because he has celebrated with his teammates. He has been like sprinting off the field and ready to go back into the game. This kid loves playing football in November. He ain't ready for basketball season just yet.
Just yet, I agree with that. Whipke was out that play. We gutted him up the middle, and guess who comes trotting in from outside? The big boys back in the middle, just like we did with Cooper Statler there earlier.
That will be the final play of this third quarter. We go to the fourth. Seabees up by 32. Clay Battelle 40, Wirt County 8. We're back in a minute here on WAJR.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
104.5 FM and 1440 AM WAJR Morgantown, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.
At First United Bank and Trust, 125 years ago, we started as a small, trusted place for neighbors to build their futures. Today, that spirit is still at the heart of everything we do. Through generations and through change, our purpose has stayed the same. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a customer, you're part of the story. Thank you for being part of our legacy and letting us be part of your future. Visit mybank.com/125 and see how 125 years of trust built the future we're creating today. Member of FDIC.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
We start the fourth quarter, and today's athletic event is not about winning at all costs, disrespecting others, or criticizing the athletes, coaches, or officials. It's about learning and growing, developing character, and competing with class. Please keep it positive and bench bad behavior. A message from the WVSS-AC. First down and 10 here. Hang on. I'll let you do it. Ponceroff goes in motion. A deep pass over to him, and he's got it! Oh, my goodness! I haven't been able to say this in a long time. 50-50 ball, more like 90-10 ball for Braden Ponceroff.
A 34-yard reception for Ponceroff.
11:52 left to go in this game. Chance, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was getting ready to say, we come off that advertisement there, the WVSS AC and the good sportsmanship, and we just looked while we were on break, and the Clay Battelle cheerleaders and the Wirt County cheerleaders have gotten together, done a cheer together, and that is what this is all about, is, out here having a good time. Everybody wants to win.
I always do like that cheer. I'll get to a side comment here in a second. Unbalanced over to the right, Caleb Hall is the running back. He gets the handoff over to the weak side, and he gets maybe a yard on the play. Actually, I think it's going to end up no gain there, so it'll be second down and 10. But the clock does run. I was going to say, Chance, I did see both sides of the cheerleaders, but you know who I didn't see was the Tiger.
Yeah, the Tiger was going, and which I was started to bring up earlier in the third. He just didn't seem to be his bouncy self. You know what I mean? Like the tail was not the bouncy self that it was earlier in the game. That'll happen, though, at 40-8.
Second down and 10 here, unbalanced to the right. Clovis, a wide receiver to the right. Hall is still in the game at running back. He gets the pitch over to the right side. Good blocking by Ponceroff. Breaks one tackle, goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, and it will be third down and very manageable here, but it will stop the clock at 10:35 left to go.
I can say that Caleb Hall is 2 yards away from passing that century mark, which would then give you 2/3 of the CC&C connection going over 100 yards.
Well, he's coming out. Snodgrass is coming in.
Evidently, LePeau does not have a stat sheet in front of him.
And that's okay, Chance. That is okay. I think he might get another carry to pass him over the century mark. Third down and about 3 here. Ball is at the 5. Unbalanced to the right. Snodgrass to Corey Cohen's right. Cohen takes the snap. Going to keep it himself. We haven't seen this in a while. Bounces to the outside, and he gets stuffed. Just short of the line to gain here. It'll be fourth down and about half a yard. Once again, Chance, haven't seen that in a while.
Agreed. I think, we've seen him limping a little bit as he come out. I think LePeau's trying to give him rest. I don't think it's anything serious after talking to Ponceroff's dad, but it is one of them. If you do even have a minor injury, you don't want anything to turn it into a big one.
It's also out of bounds, so it stops the clock at 10:28. Fourth down and 1 here. Unbalanced to the right. Cohen drops back to pass. Throws a fade route over to the end zone, and it's tipped and incomplete. Tipped away by Tyler Smith. The intended receiver was Colt Sandy, and it'll be a turnover on downs, and Wirt County will take over at their own 3-yard line.
The thing I'm going to bring up here with that play, and as we've went along, we have looked at the scoreboard. It's 40-8. It's definitely turning into a long evening just because you ain't got the competitive game. The one thing I will say is I haven't seen no quit out of this Wirt County Tigers team. They've kept going and kept trying, and that was a really good play by Tyler Smith there to keep that from being another touchdown.
2 receivers on each side. Tyler Smith is at about the second tee of Clay Battelle in the end zone. He drops back to pass, looking over to his right, tries to throw it over the middle. Now he's going to scramble, run, take it himself, and he gets out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. The line to gain is the 13-yard line. That will stop the clock at 10:14, and it'll be second down and 2. So you lose that press because Tyler Smith is lined up at his own 6-yard line. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford, he's going to run hard, but he's stuffed this time by a whole host of CBs. He might have gotten to the line to gain. He does. He gets across to the 15-yard line based off forward progress, so that will move the chains. The clock will stop momentarily at 10:08. Now the clock runs.
I will tell you this, an amazing stat just happened there 2 plays ago, Ethan. That was Tyler Smith's first carry of the game for positive, and that was one I told you. He can hurt you with your legs. We talked about.
But he also hasn't taken a sack either.
No, but I'm just saying, we knew he runs the ball. When he gets pressured, he ain't afraid to run, but to be his first official carry of the game there.
2 receivers on each side. Smith rolls out, looks to his right, now looks over to his left, rolls out to the right. He's in his own end zone, tries to throw it, and it's caught by Limley, but it ends up being only a 5-yard gain. He had to throw it a long ways, and Limley had to run a long ways, but it's only a 5-yard gain at the 20-yard line, second down and 5. The ball was inbounds, so the clock will run. We're at 9:20 left to go in this game. Still 40-8, CB's lead. And Wirt County Tigers have got to go 80 yards. Trips receivers over to the left. They hand it off to Hartford. Hartford tackled, maybe for a 1-yard gain. They're actually going to mark him right at the 20-yard line. No, the 21. Third down and about 4. Now we're at 9 minutes left to go in this game.
Hartford's been a workhorse here in this second half.
Yes, he has.
He's up to 18 total carries now, and I bet 12 of them come here in this second half.
Trips receivers over to the left. Bubble screen here, and it is incomplete. Huggins delivers the hit that knocks the ball out of Jacob Moore's hands, and it'll bring up fourth down and 4. They got to go for it, right?
You can punt here. I don't think you're coming back at this point in time. You just don't want that score to get out of hand any more than it already is.
But, it gets a running clock. Okay. Whatever. Let's just prolong this game. Anyways, Two guys back deep to receive. It's Caleb Bragg and Braden Ponceroff for the Seabees. Long snap, good. Punt is away and good as well. Bounces at the 45 and then goes out of bounds at the 41. I was about to say, we got a late whistle. Wow, he's really going back to the 35-yard line. Okay. 37. It is what it is.
We have some fans voicing their displeasure with that spot.
But it is 40-8 with 8.5 minutes left. It's okay. I think we'll live.
I think we will, too. It did go out, I believe, at the 42.
I thought it went out at the 42. It's being marked at the 37. Hey, maybe he was just bad at line assignment geometry. I don't. You don't know that. Anyways, unbalanced to the right here. Looks like Hall is the running back. He gets the pitch, goes to the outside, is across the 35, now across the 40, over to the 45, across the 50, over to the 45. He's in a foot race. Nobody's going to catch him. 25-20, 15, 10-5, touchdown Seabees.
That'll put him over the century mark.
It certainly will, Chance. 63 yards for the touchdown for Caleb Hall. Not just the century mark, the 150 mark. Are they saying there's a flag? Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Sorry. It looked like everybody was reacting like there was a flag. And now, Chance, that goes to a running clock, does it not?
Now, here's the thing. That's a 63-yard run instead of a 58-yard run because of the bad spot.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The referee padded the stats and did him a favor. There you hear the announcement from the referee about the running clock. So the clock will run on this 2-point conversion here. Clay Battelle up 46-8. Unbalanced to the right again. Cohen drops back to pass, throws it over into the flat, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Wirt County has no business in picking it off because they know that the ball blows dead after the ball is intercepted. 7:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR.
Every community grows stronger when neighbors help neighbors. That's what First Exchange Bank is all about, supporting local families, small businesses, and the dreams that help keep our towns moving forward. We're your local community bank, rooted here, growing here, and proud to serve here. First Exchange Bank. Online at firstexchangebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 579178.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
Caleb Hall said, "Don't worry, Coach. I got you. I got you on this running clock. I got you on this century mark. I got you on the 150 mark. The referee helped me out and padded my stats. And now we're at 46-8 with 7:55 and a running clock left to go here in this game." Chance, I think we can safely start preparing ourselves for Cameron here. And let me tell you, the way that Cameron game ended, actually we'll talk about that here in a second, as the kickoff is away. It's caught by Limley at about the 15, and he tries to work to the middle of the field and gets tackled at about the 26-yard line. We talked about this a little bit off air, and I said, boy, would I like to have a Cameron game again. And to tell you the truth, I think Cameron would like that too. Maybe not like it as much as we would, but I think they're happy to play this rematch again because they feel like they've gotten better. We've certainly gotten better since week one. And I would say to a neutral, you would sit there and go, hey, this game deserved to be played late in the season, not the last weekend of August, even though it felt like November when we were out there on the roof. They hand it off here. I believe that's a different ball carrier there.
That's 30 there.
That was 30. Okay, that's Anthony Morgan. He gets across to the 30-yard line, so that'll be a 4-yard gain, second down and 6.
Yeah, if you're Cameron, you want payback for not being the Mason-Dixon champions. Like, you feel like that was rightfully yours, so you're going to come here next week and try to take that trip to Charleston and claim your right.
As they throw a little swing pass there to Jacob Moore, he stiff arms a man and gets across the sticks for a first down. Dirty read there. The kid had about 8 inches on dirty read, but you know what? I understand he got stiff arm, but he held in there and he made the tackle.
He did make the tackle.
They don't call him dirty read for nothing. Trips receivers over to the right. They roll to the right. Smith looking for a deep shot. He's got Limley wide open, and he catches it. A lapse in coverage, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wirt.
That'll be a 61-yard pass to Limley.
They went 4 verts, and they essentially threw more guys downfield than the CBs could cover, and a miscommunication in coverage, but the running clock has already started and cannot be overturned. So the clock is rolling here, 5:40 left to go here in this game, and it's 46-14 with the 2-point conversion pending. So here we go here. Trips receivers over to the right, single receiver over to the left. Smith claps his hands together, rolls out to his right. Pressure coming from Colt Cheney. Throws it over to the middle of the end zone. Eli Cottrell there on coverage. He tried to be as big as he could, but Easton Wire had about a foot on him. But it still falls incomplete. Good pressure there by the senior Colt Cheney.
Yeah, awesome pressure by Cheney. And I do believe that number 9, was that 9 or 8?
It was 9.
That was 9. 9 did not want to get hit by Cottrell. He's like, I don't want to get hit by a boy that big.
5:11 left to go in this game here. It's 46-14 after the Wirt County touchdown. We'll keep it here.
Just for the record, Caleb Hall has 17 carries, 161 yards for a 9.47 average at this time. And then I will go ahead and I'll get you Corey stats here real quick of 127 yards on 15 carries for an 8.46 average.
I'm sure they'll be bickering at each other in the locker room after that. Caleb Hall has one thing to flex about, but Corey Cohen said, but I got the touchdowns.
Yes. You're going to say you got Corey with, 2 touchdowns, or no, 3 touchdowns and 1 2-point conversion throughout the game. So
5:11 left to go here in this game. Now the clock winds. 46-14, CBs will get the ball. I'd love to see Gavin McLaughlin go in at quarterback. It goes over Ponceroff's head. He's got to retreat and pick it up at his own 3. Waits, goes across the 10 and tries to get some open space. Does break 1 tackle. However, this looks like the CB's kickoff coverage, and he's tackled at his own 8-yard line.
Ponceroff a little bit upset there. It did look like they were trying to twist his ankle as he stood on the play. The referee's like, just back up. You're okay.
And he's also pleading his case to the referee, and there is an injured Wirt County player down. Now they're carrying him off.
That looked to be number 4. Hartford there may have been the one.
You are correct, Chance.
He is definitely
limping.
He is putting
a little bit of pressure on
a little bit of pressure now. It did not look good to begin with.
So I got to imagine that they're going to try and run it a little bit here and then give Jacob McLaughlin a little bit of space to work. You don't want to put him in on his own. Or sorry, I keep saying Jacob. Gavin McLaughlin.
You still got Corey out there?
Yeah, you still got Corey out there. They're just going to try to give a little bit of space to run for them. They're going to hand it off here. Looks like it's Snodgrass. Snodgrass bounces to the outside, across the 10, over to the 15. Takes a couple of defenders, goes across the 20, and he's tackled inbounds, even though it doesn't matter, at about the 22-yard line. Now you can probably send the mass substitution. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that.
If you allow Caleb Snodgrass to take it down and score, he will break the century mark, if you were interested, Ethan.
Always interesting.
When he came around the corner, I actually thought he had a chance, and I was like, that will be an interesting stat.
3.5 minutes left to go in this game. Unbalanced to the right here. Snodgrass still the running back. They hand it off over to the weak side. He gets across the 25 and is down at the 26. Whipkey is now limping. .310 left to go in this game. A good season here, you can certainly say, for the Wirt County Tigers.
Excellent season. The way they bounced back from the loss to St. Mary's at the end of the regular season to come back and beat them in the first round of the playoffs, there's no reason to hold your head low. It's been a phenomenal season for them. I don't think anybody expected the season out of them that they had.
Pitch over to Snodgrass. Snodgrass cuts up to the middle of the field. Now cuts across the 30 over to the 40. 45-50. 45-40. And then stiff arms a man grabbed at the helmet. There comes a flag. Tyler Smith grabbed him by the back of the helmet and brings him down. Chance, with that 15-yard penalty, is that going to give him the chance to still go over the century mark? Ball was at the 26.
It's a 39-yard carry for him that will put him at 83. So we need to be outside the 17-yard line, and I think it will go to the 16. It's going to go to the...
Just give him an incidental face mask.
Stop at the 20. Stop at the 20.
Okay.
Still has a chance at the century mark.
Let's go. 2:08. He might run out of time.
He might run out of time.
As Michael Jordan once said, I never lost a game. I just ran out of time.
Well stated is what I can say. I just watched Air this week about him and the Nike tennis shoes, and
was that the first time that you watched that movie?
That's actually the third time I've watched that movie.
I was about to say, I went and saw that in the theater. That was a very good movie to watch. 1:40 left to go here in this game. You can kneel it out if you want to.
Or you can hand it to Snodgrass and let him go over the... And he ain't even out there.
You're correct. He is not. Anyways, good run there by Snodgrass, but it will end here as the clock strikes 3, 2, 1, knee down, and just one more snap left to go. Chance, for the first time in Mon County history, all three teams will go to semifinal weekend and play for a shot at a state title. The CBs will take on Cameron here in Blacksville. Morgantown will take on Jefferson here in Morgantown. University will travel to the Martinsburg, West Virginia Eastern Panhandle and take on the dynasty that is the Martinsburg Bulldogs. It is one more snap needed and left to go, but your final score will be here. CB's 46 and the Wirt County Tigers 14. And the CBs will do what they have only done once in school history, and that is advance to the state semifinals with a chance to make history and have the most wins in a season and a chance to advance to the first state championship in this football program's history. The clock runs under 10, under 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And officially, your CBs are semifinal bound as the final score here is Battelle 46, Wirt County 14. We'll be back to wrap things up here on WAJR.
This holiday season, Omega Commercial Interiors invites you to share in the spirit of giving. Hi, this is owner David McCormick announcing the Omega Holiday Food and Toy Drive benefiting Scotts Run Settlement House, dedicated to providing food and basic necessities to Mon County residents. Omega Commercial Interiors is collecting new toys, food, personal care items, and gently used winter clothing now through Thursday, December 4th. There's 2 locations for drop-offs, 1131 Burwood Drive off the Mile Ground and 510 Hartman Run Road. That's 1131 Burwood Drive and 510 Hartman Run Road. You can drop off at either location Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. The Omega Holiday Food and Toy Drive, benefiting Scotts Run Settlement House, is happening now. Omega Commercial Interiors is helping our local community. We're a proud West Virginia company.
It's Bits for Bargains. You click and you save.
Get ready for the biggest online auction in the state starting December 1st at 9 a.m. Bid on hundreds of items at incredible savings, like an American Bandmaster L7 UTV. Retails for $16,000 with bids starting at $6,279.
It's Bits for Bargains. You click and you save.
Bid on the Diamond Pro paint protection treatment from Magic Shine Auto Spa, valued at $2,100. Bidding starts at $840. Or a $500 gift certificate to All About Massage. Bids start at just $200. Don't miss out. Auctions open Monday, December 1st at 9 a.m. and ends Friday, December 5th at 5 p.m.
It's Bits for Bargains. You click and you save. WVBargains.com.
Only at WVBargains.com.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to the post-game wrap-up here, sponsored by Z-Bart of Morgantown, here to restore your vehicle's original showroom beauty and shine from the inside out in the Fort Pierpont Center in Morgantown, or search Z-Bart more of Morgantown online. Your final score here, Clay Battelle 46, Wirt County 14, and you hear some people in the crowd saying, bring on the Dragons. The one loss, you have a chance to defeat everybody that you've played so far this season, and a chance to make history and go to the state championships for the first time in the program.
It is, but there's no doubt